Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all. Welcome to Swarup IT Learning Solutions again. So, I have came back with the new video series now. So, in this particular video, this will be part 1 of this particular video series. We will learn Windows offline patch management through PowerShell. So, we will practically execute following steps in this part 1 video. First, we will try to learn the theoretical concepts as usual. Introduction to the offline patch management and WSUS scn.caf file. What is WSUS scn.caf file? We will try to understand that. Then practically we will be scanning a local system for missing updates through PowerShell. We will see what output it is actually giving. And the third one is of course actually downloading and installing missing updates on local system through PowerShell. Okay. And after the local system we will try to download and install the missing updates on remote system, that is your Active Directory infra, means a normal client machine which is connected to your Active Directory domain server. So let's start. So what is WSUS scn2.caf file? You must have heard about this file name, but let's try to understand what this file is all about. So the WSUS scn2.caf file is a cabinet caf file used by Microsoft Windows Server update services. So it contains metadata about updates and patches that are available for various Microsoft products such as Windows operating systems and other Microsoft software. So here is a breakdown of its purpose. So first is metadata for updates. The file contains information like update identifiers, titles, descriptions, and prerequisites for updates. This allows system to determine which updates are applicable for a particular system without needing to download the full update package immediately. Second point is used by WSUS. So WSUS servers use this file to provide up-to-date metadata about available updates. The server can download this file from Microsoft's update servers and use it to know which updates need to be deployed to client machines. Next point is offline usage. So WSUS scn.2.caf file can also be used for offline scanning, and meaning you can check a system for applicable updates even when it's not officially connected to WSUS server or the internet. So tools like Microsoft Update Catalog use this file for such scans. So this is the third point, which is important one to understand, because this is what practically we will be going to do in this particular video. We will be scanning our systems for offline patch scanning using the latest WSUS scn2.caf file. Okay. So in short, it's a crucial file for managing updates and determining which ones are relevant for a system in environments using WSUS or other update management tools. So this is an overall introduction for WSUS scn2.caf file. So let's start our practicals. So I have already completed first 10 steps, but we will practically verify those steps. So first step is uh, create a folder structure on your Windows 2022 base system as follows. So JAD patching, that is a base folder for VM storing, and then JAD patching Windows 2022 DC for Windows 2022 DC VM, and then JAD patching Win10CL folder, and then JAD patching Windows 11CL folder. So let's try to verify this one. So I'm going to my local machine and I'm going to my J drive, and here you can see over here I have already created this folder structure Win10CL, Win11CL and Win 2022 DC system. So this particular step I have already completed. So next step is install Windows 2022 OS as a fresh Hyper-V virtual machine. So I have already done that also. Let me try to figure it out. So this is my fresh Windows 2022 DC system, that is my virtual machine. Okay, so if I'm going to WinVer, you can see Windows Server 2022. Okay, and one more important thing I need to highlight over here. uh, Please note down the build number 20348.2762. Okay, after the patching we will re-verify this build number should get increased, the last 4 digit. It can be anything, but it should be more than 2762 value. Okay, so we will practically verify that. That step is included in the next PPT, but I'm just giving you advanced kind of an intimation. Anyways, so this is your Windows 2022 DC virtual machine, fresh virtual machine. Okay, so VM storing path we have already defined a JAD patching and then Windows 2022 DC folder. So we'll verify that also if you want to. So this is my AD patching folder. If I'm going inside, so there is virtual hard disk and virtual machines configurations are stored in this particular folder. Okay. So next step is install your Windows 10 OS as a fresh Hyper-V virtual machine. So this is also completed. So if I'm going back to my Windows 10 CL system, so this is a fresh system I have just installed, and you can see again through WinVer command it is Windows 10. Again take a note for this OS build number. Okay, I have already completed some of the basic steps as I said earlier, because I want to shorten this video overall timing. It's a simple process how to create a virtual machine through Hyper-V. If you want to see the detailed process, you can refer to my previous videos where I have created some of the Hyper-Vs for the other modules. Hyper-V virtual machines are straightforward creation process. So again VM storing path JAD infra, sorry, AD patching and Win10CL folder. So that also we will verify. This is the one, and the virtual machine configuration is stored over here. And next step is install Windows 11 OS as a fresh Hyper-V virtual machine. So same thing like Windows 10, I have already installed one Windows 11 machine also, fresh Windows 11 machine version 23H2, and if I'm running the WinVer over here also, you can see Windows 11 and the version 23H2. Okay, and again the VM storing path is same, JAD patching and Windows 11 CL folder. So If I'm coming back here, Windows 11. Okay, so next step is step 5. So install and configure following roles on Windows 2022 DC server. So the first VM we have created, we need to install and configure the roles as DNS server, and then ADDS server, that is Active Directory Domain Services server, SCCM lab.local. So let's verify I have completed this also. So let's verify it once. So I'm opening the server manager from here, and if I'm clicking on tools, you can see over here Active Directory, all the models are installed. So Active Directory users and computers and all these things. So these models installed means I have installed the ADDS role also and the DNS role also, because the DNS is of course a mandatory prerequisite for your AD. Let's try to verify it, what all roles we have already installed. So you can see over here Active Directory Domain Services is installed and your DNS server is installed. Okay. So as I said, to shorten the length of this particular video, I have cut down all those steps. It's simple steps. If you want to learn how to install all those roles and all, you can refer to my previous videos. So next is create a AD admin account, SSM admin, and add it in following groups. So domain admins, enterprise admins, and schema admins. So I have already created this particular account. So let me go back to my server, and if I'm going to the Active Directory users and computers over here, you can see one account called SCCM admin. Let me show you that. So this is the account what I have created. If I'm going to the properties of it, and if I'm going to member of, you can see it is a part of domain admin, enterprise admin, and schema admin. That means it's a master account. It's a Active Directory administrator account. Okay, so I have already created it, and the second step I have done is, let's go to the next step. So next step is join both Windows 10 CL and Windows 11 CL systems to SCCMCB lab.local domain. So if I'm going back to my, let's say, Windows 11 machine, so if I can show you over here the computer name, so you can see over here this machine is already joined to my domain Windows Win11cl.sccmcb lab.local. This is the FQDN, fully qualified domain naming system. Okay, and the domain name is sccmcb lab.local. So this machine is already joined to the domain. Same for Windows 10 CL machine also. Okay, so both the machines have joined. Okay, and one more way we can confirm this: once you are joined any machine, the computer account is getting created. So coming back to my AD system, if I am going to the computers, you can see Windows 11 and Windows 10 CL, both the computer accounts have been created. So this step also we have completed. So next step is add SSM admin account in local admin group of Win 10 CL and Windows 11 CL system. So this is also completed. Let me go back to my Windows 11 machine, and I will go to the computer management and click on local users and groups and administrators. So you can see over here the SCCMCB lab /SCCM admin account has been added into local administrator group. Why do we require that? Because for running the scripts, for running any Active Directory operations, we need some extensive rights. So better to add this particular AD account into local admin account. okay, just to avoid all these permissions and other access rights issues later on. Okay, so same way I have added this particular SSM admin in Windows 10 CL's admin account, also local admin account. Okay, next step is we have added a second virtual hard disk 100 GB in 2022 DCVM through Hyper-V Manager. This is a storage kind of an hard disk, secondary hard disk we have added, so to store our updates when we are doing it practically in the next phase. So if I am closing all this and if I am going to the file and settings, so you can see over here, this is my primary hard disk system partition and this is my Win 2022 DC underscore D. This is a storage hard disk, so I have already added through Hyper-V. Okay, this step is also completed, and the next step is configure and format your second HDD as 100 GB D drive partition within Windows 2022 DC servers operating system. So if I'm going to my DC, so opening the Explorer, you can see the D drive is present and it is formatted. It is showing capacity of 100 GB or nearby, and nothing is inside as of now. We will practically create some folder structure inside it. So I have already completed all these 10 steps just to shorten this video times, and we will start executing our real practical steps from step number 11. Okay, so now we will be actually going for our particular video module for scanning our machine through WSO scan 2.caf file, and then we will see how the PowerShell script works, how it is giving us output, what are the missing updates, how to download them through PowerShell only, and how to install them through PowerShell only. So we will do all those things through PowerShell scripts. Okay, and don't worry about the PowerShell scripts. I will explain each script in detail, what this particular script actually is doing and how to configure that particular script. Okay, so let's start our practicals. So let's move on to the next step. So next step is we need to create a folder structure in our Windows 2022 DC's D drive. Okay, so that 100 GB partition we have added, currently it is blank, so we need to create a following folder structure in D drive of Windows 2022 DC system. So first of all, we will create a root folder called D updates, and then inside that root folder we'll be creating one folder called wsous.scn. That folder will be used to store our wsous.scn.caf file. Then next will be three more folders with the operating system names. So Win 2022 DC, and then Win 10 CL and Windows 11 CL. Okay, so let's create those folders first. The last three folders will be used to save those particular operating systems updates. Okay, so let's come back here. D drive, I'm creating folder called updates. Then inside that first folder will be wsous.scn. Okay, we will use all those folders from the next step onwards. Then your Win 10 CL And one more thing, Win11 sale. And one more folder we need to create, that is the last folder, PowerShell underscore script. So this folder will be used to save our PowerShell scripts. So I'm just creating that folder. Okay, so our folder structure is created, but as of now nothing inside it. So we will fill those folders with the appropriate data in the upcoming steps. So next step is we need to share this particular root folder, the updates, through Windows 2022 DC, and assign full sharing rights or access to SCCM admin account. So why do we require that? Because we will be running the PowerShell scripts through our root shares, that is D updates. From this particular share we will be running the scripts on all the machines. Okay, so I'll go to the properties, sharing, advanced sharing, simple process, share this folder, click on permissions. By default everyone read only, leave it as it is, and add your SCCM admin. Sorry. And give the full control. Okay, so apply. Okay, 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 close. Let's try to access it from another machine. Let's say on Win10CL. I'll go to run and just try to access my domain controller, and you can see the folder has been shared. Okay, updates, and all the folders are showing. Okay, all the contents are showing. How do I determine that whether I'm having a full access or read only access? Just a simple test. I'll create one new folder, and this has been created. That means I'm having a read write access. So let me delete that. I'm just testing the full access. Okay, so this step is completed. Let's move on to the next step. So next step, as I said previously also, through Windows 2022 DC system, run winver command and note down your current operating system version and build number. So I have already pasted the screenshot over here. So current version is 2762. So let's verify it once. Why do we require to verify this? Because after the patching our build number will increase. So if I'm opening this, so you can see over here 203482762. Okay, now you need to understand the structure of this particular version and build. First of all, what is your operating system? Windows Server 2022 server. Okay, what is the version? Version will be 21H2. And what is the operating system version? That is data center. Okay, how to determine it is data center or standard? So you can see over here the Windows Server 2022 data center operating system. If it is a standard version, let's say, it will be showing a standard operating system, and its user interface and other legal terms are shown over here. So this is a data center version. Okay, and the version number is 21H2. This version can be increased to 22H2, 23H2 whenever the Microsoft is releasing those versions. And next thing is your OS build number. So this build number is also getting updated with your patching. Means every month when you are patching your system with the latest updates, this build number will get increased. So currently it is 2762, and we will re-verify this particular build number after our patching. Okay, So as I said, we have already noted down our OS is Windows Server 2022. Our version is 21H2 and our OS build is 20348.2762. Why I have highlighted this with the yellow one? Because it will get increased. This last 4 digit will get increased. Okay. Sometimes with some patching, this particular OS build number also may get increased, but that is very, what do you say, once in a year or something like that. But this 4 digit should get increased with every patching, every month's patching. Okay, so let's see next step. So step number 14 is we need to copy sorry, first we need to provide the internet access to our Windows 2022 DC system. So it's a simple process. Let me go back here. Let me go to the settings of this machine. You can see currently it is only having internal connectivity, LAN connectivity. So I'm clicking on add hardware network adapter. uh, I can add the network adapter directly even if my virtual machine is running, because it's a generation 2 Hyper-V virtual machine. So I will say add, and here I will put ext switch, that is my internet or my router's broadband's connectivity, so that this virtual machine will get internet access. So how to create those switches, what is internal switch, what is external switch, I have explained in my previous videos like Hyper-V nested virtualization. You can refer to that video also. So currently I'm just putting it external, and I will say apply. Okay, and you can see over here this icon got changed. Now it is having internet access. Okay, so let's move on to the next step. Next step is we need to copy our PowerShell scripts to our D drive of PowerShell scripts folder. Okay, D updates folder. Okay, so why do we require to copy? Because we will be running all those scripts from that particular folder only. So I have already copied it on my local machine. Let me go back to my local machine, and you can see project repository. So this is my PowerShell scripts folder. Okay, so all those scripts I have already created when I was preparing this lab setup and all. So we will copy all those scripts first. I will go back here, IntentCL, and you can see we have already accessed this updates folder, right? So I will go back here and I will paste it. Okay, so each script I will explain in detail what are those all scripts and all, what are their parameters, how to use them and all when we are actually practically doing those steps. Okay, so next step. So next step is we need to execute our first PowerShell script, Windows 2022 DC underscore updates 1. I have just given a generic name just to understand it. On each machine, that is your Windows 2022 DC, Win 10CL and Win 11CL, will be executing two PowerShell scripts. So updates 1 and updates 2. What are those PowerShell scripts and all? I will now explain to you. Okay, so let's go back here, and this is my DC system, and I need to open the PowerShell ISE console. This is the one, and first of all I will pin it to taskbar, and then I will run it as an administrator. This is a simple practice. Before running the actual script, it is advisable to make your execution policy as an unrestricted one, the PowerShell execution policy. So simple command is there, set hyphen execution policy, so it will auto highlight. Then again space hyphen execution policy, and then space unrestricted. So this command will make our PowerShell scripts executable from this machine, that is your Windows 2022 DC. Okay, so our execution policy is unrestricted. I will say yes to all. So this is a simple command because this is a fresh machine, we are using it for the first time. So this command is required to run the PowerShell scripts. Now we'll be actually executing our actual script. So I will go to this share folder, although this is a local folder for this server, but let's assume that this is a SAN storage folder. So always try to execute your PowerShell script through network path. So going to updates and PowerShell scripts. So first script we need to run on this machine is this one, because we will be running only these two scripts on this Windows 2000 DC. Other two scripts will be running through Windows 11, and the last two will be through Windows 10. Okay, so let's open this particular script first. Win 2022 DC updates 1. Okay, looks like very complicated, right? But don't worry, it's not that much complicated. Okay, so let me try to explain this script. Okay, if I'm running this and everything is goes fine, blah blah blah, and I will be happy, then everyone, it's of no use. I need you guys to understand what this script is all about. Okay, so first line is we need to download the latest WSUS scn.cap file from the web or from the official Microsoft site. Okay, so how to download this? This is the link over here. You can see this thing. This link is static, means it will not change, but Microsoft is changing this WSUS scn.cap file every month so that it will have a reference for the latest updates. So the date is not fixed, maybe 23, 24, 25, I'm not sure about it, but any date of a particular month they are changing it with the latest cap file. Okay, so coming to the actual command uh, for downloading it, but before that I have just specified one condition over here, that if this particular path updates and WSUS SCN, if you remember, we have created this folder in our path. Let me open that path for you guys. You have to excuse me for my voice, I'm having a sore throat. So if I'm going to this particular folder, the share folder, if you remember, we have already created this particular folder. So inside this folder we will be saving our downloaded file. So I have given that path over here and the file name, but I have specified the condition that if that file is already exist and if it is not more than 3 days old. So you can see over here the condition over here, add days -3. So if test path this particular cap file is already present, let's say this is the first statement, and if it is older than 3 days, means not older than 3 days, actually -3 means, so skip the download. So it will write our particular message that checked and found latest WSS file already exists if it is let's say newer than 3 days, and hence skipping the file download. If it exists, and if it exists but it is older than 3 days, then it will try to download it again and overwrite it again, or if it doesn't exist, then it will download it straight away. Okay, I hope this particular first portion is clear to you guys. So it will go to this particular link and then it will download the WSO scan file. Okay, with the condition that the existing file should not be exist, and if it exists also, then it should not be more than 3 days old. Okay, so this is the first portion. Okay, and the second portion, because I'm explaining this whole script first and then we will hit the execute button, because it will directly run with all the steps and all. And this is the first portion, downloading the WSO scan file. Okay, then next is we need to scan this machine, means the Windows 2022 DC itself, with our latest downloaded WSO scan file. So the WSO scan path I have already specified wherever we have already downloaded. Let's assume we have downloaded, and then we need to call an API or a update session. So I have specified the this particular commands to call the Microsoft update session. Now these particular scripts you can find out on Microsoft official sites and all. You can understand what are those APIs, what are those Microsoft update sessions. So you can see over here the offline sync service and WSO SCAP path we have already specified over here will be used. So you can see WSO SCAP path, this cap file it will use to scan our this particular local machine. It is very important to understand what we are actually doing. We are locally scanning this machine for the missing updates. Okay, even if this machine is, let's say, not connected to internet, it will scan, because the WSO scan 2.cap files offline copy we have already downloaded. I hope I'm clear. Okay, we will do this particular step for our Windows 10 CL also machine which is not connected to internet. So let's see what can be done. Okay, and then once it is calling that WSO scan cap file, it will scan our machines, and scanning it will give us a message that it is scanning our host name, whatever Windows 2022. So this is an environment type of a computer name environment variable. I have used it for missing updates. This is a message, and the next thing is it will save those results. Let's say whatever the 3 or 4 patches are remaining or need to install the mandatory updates, it will give us this particular result, and it will export it in a CSV. Okay, so that CSV part also I have specified. So you can see over here, once that update session is running, and it will scan our machine for the missing updates, whatever the search results are there, it will give us with the title, and then the severity of that particular updates and all. We will see what that CSV looks like. It will export that CSV, and the path will be our Windows 2022 DC folder in our updates folder. Okay, and the naming convention will be the host name plus the today's date dot CSV. Okay, so this particular output file will be used to download the required updates from our Microsoft update catalog. Okay, now the last particular portion, it will clean up our WSO scan files from our local machine. Now this is very interesting. Whenever a machine is using WSO scan file for the offline scanning, it is extracting the WSO scan files is extracting itself in a particular folder called C Windows Software Distribution Scan file. Okay, this is the local path, and it will take around about 1 GB or 1.5 GB per session. Means if I am scanning it now, it will take 1.5 GB. Again, let's say after 5 days I am again scanning, again it will create one more folder fresh folder for that date, again 1.5 GB. So it is occupying a lot of unnecessary space because we just required results, that is a CSV file, but that 1.5 GB extraction file will remain in this particular folder. So we need to clean up that one. So I've just put in a simple command over here, remove item. Inside the scan file, don't delete this scan file folder itself. Inside the scan file, whatever is there, that is your star sign, it will remove that one, so that our space will be regained unnecessary. Because I have run this particular script many times, so once I have just realized it has taken something around 22 or 24 GB, so unnecessary disk space. So I have added this particular part for removing those extraction or temporary contents for WSO scan file. Okay, so this is the first script we need to run, and it will give us the results and all. So let's execute this script now. Let's see what output it is actually giving us. Okay, so I'm just saying run once. Now you can see over here it was showing downloading the WSO scan file. Now I have specified the first command as bits transfer to download a particular file from the net. So that's why we have already given the internet access to this particular machine. Okay, so what is the first step it is currently executing? It is downloading the latest WSO scan file. Okay, so downloading the latest WSO scan file from this particular link. Okay, if it had been already exist, so it will compare that. If it is more than 3 days old, then it will re-download or overwrite. But if it is newer than 3 days or just before 3 days, then it will skip it. So currently we don't have anything, so it is downloading our WSO scan file. This is the first step. Okay, so it will take 2 minutes. And you can see the WSO scan CAF path is this one. Now it is going to the second step. It is loading the WSO CAF file, and now it is scanning our local machine Win 2022 DC for missing updates using our downloaded files. Okay, so if I'm going back to my folder over here, updates, so you can see this is the WSO scan 2.cap. It is not showing us the extensions. Let me enable it. So show hidden and hide extensions of well-known. Okay, so this is the cap file. It has downloaded, just downloaded 2 minutes back, but it was showing the date of the creation date of Microsoft. So it was, I think, 14th of January. So no problem, it's the latest one. So minimize this. Let's come back to our script. It is still scanning our machine for missing updates. Now if I'm going downstairs, you can see over here it is actually calling the Microsoft update session to scan our local machine using our WSO scan CAF file, right? So it is scanning the file, and it will give us output in a CSV format, that whatever sorry, whatever the current updates are missing from this machine. Okay, so it will give us a output on CSV file. Okay, so let's see what output it is exactly giving. It will take 2 minutes. I'm just pausing this video for a minute. So once this is completed, I will come back to you. Okay, so script has been completed. Now let's see what output it has given. So I'm going back to my updates folder, and you can see over here we have created all those folders previously. Inside this Win 2022 DC, it has created one CSV file. Okay, now this CSV file contains the missing updates. We will verify this particular CSV file in a minute, but before that let's go back to our PPT and let me recollect the output criteria for this particular script. The first script what we have already ran, I have already explained it, but let me just recollect that one more time for you guys. So the script output will be, the script will download latest wsos scan 2.cap file from official MS link and save it to our particular folder, okay, as wsos scan.cap path. Okay, this is the first output. Second output will be script will scan our Win 2022 DC, that is local system, for missing updates with help of the downloaded wsos scn.cap file. And the third output will be script will save output as a CSV file in D drive updates and Win 2022 folder. Okay, so and the last one script will clean up our local directory, because while scanning the machine, wso scan is always extracting its content and it's in GB. So and after scanning it is of no use once the results are obtained, so we need to clean up. So what is the local path for any machine if you are scanning it for the missing updates using the offline wscan.cap file? So the path will be C Windows software distribution scan folder, scan file folder. Okay, so it is cleaning up that content also. So the script will give us 4 sub outputs. Okay, first it will download the latest wscan.cap file. Second, it will scan our machine from whichever machine we are running that script. It will scan for that machine's missing updates. Third, script will save output as CSV file in D updates Windows 2022 DC folder. And fourth, it will clean up our local directory, that is C Windows software distribution scan file. Okay, so these are the 4 outputs one single script is giving us. Now let's go back to our machine and let's copy this CSV file to a local machine, because this particular server system is not having Office installed. So I'm just going back to my main machine, just pasting it, and now let's open it. Let's see what kind of output it is giving. Okay, so now you can see over here it has given the output with 2 criteria. So one is your title and one is your severity. So currently 3 updates are missing for Win 2022 DC machine. So these are the title of those KBs. The main one is I think this one. This is a critical one. So we will download all 3 of those using our second script. Okay, and we will install also using our second script. How to download, how to install it, I will just show you now. So take a note of all those one. Let this particular uh, file be open and we will go back to our machine. Okay, so let's close this. So the first script is completed. Okay, now let's go back to our PPT. So next step is open the that CSV file. We have already opened it and we have verified it also, right? I've just given the screenshot of this one, and we need to note down the updates name under the header menu. Okay, so we have done that. So next step is through Windows 2022 DC system, we need to open the catalog.update.microsoft.com site. Okay, so we'll open it directly. Let's go back to our DC system, which is already having our internet access. Okay, so let me open the browser from Win 2022 DC, and just a minute, and we will open the Microsoft update, that is your catalog, Microsoft catalog update site. So this is our official Microsoft update catalog site, from which you can download any of particular patch offline. Now we will come back to our CSV file, and I will paste this particular KB number first. Okay, and I will paste it over here, say search. Okay, now here there are multiple updates with the same KB number, so you need to be careful at which particular uh, update you will be requiring for your machine, which all versions will be compatible with your KB number. So what I am doing is, there are multiple KBs it is currently showing. So to avoid the confusion, I will go back to my machine, and let's copy this particular title. Let's see whether it is giving any particular output or what. And you can see now it is giving some crisp output over there. So we are requiring this particular update because it is actually supporting our server version. Okay, so what I'm doing is, I'm just going to download option, and this is the download site. Okay, what I'm doing is, I'm not downloading it manually. Right click, and there should be an option for copy the link. So right click and say copy link address over here, so it will copy the link address for this particular exe. Okay, this option is there, so I'm copying it and load. Let's go back to our DC system again. I will minimize this. Let's go back to our PowerShell script, and let's go back to our PPT first. So the next step would be, through your catalog.update site, we have already searched our KB, right? Enter any particular KB number, title obtained from the CSV file, and click search. We have already done that, and the next step will be, make sure you are selecting the correct KB as per your operating system version, and click download. That also we have done. So next step is, this is the important one. So through KB download window, right click the highlighted download link and click copy link, that we have already done, right? So next step will be, we need to open our second PowerShell script through our DC system and paste the copied KB download link in our criteria. Okay, so what I'm doing is, going back to my script PowerShell window. Let me clear this one. and let me open the updates 2 in 2022 DC updates 2 PowerShell script. Okay, now before pasting this particular link, let me just explain this script for you guys again. So previously, when I was preparing this particular lab setup, there were 4 updates missing, so I have already pasted this link. So we have to paste this particular link, the KB link here. Okay, so I'm just deleting it, and now you can see the exe file is there, right? So I'm deleting the rest of the links also, just to show you guys what needs to be done. So let me delete this. Let's concentrate on one step at a time. So currently, if I'm coming back to my CSV file, there are 3 titles or 3 KBs which are showing missing, right? What I'm doing is coming back to my script, and previously there were 4, so no problem. So we will delete one criteria. Only 3 KBs are missing, right? So we have already pasted the first KB's link. Now let's go back to our CSV one more time, and let's copy this second KB, and just remember this line, Microsoft Server Operating System 21H2, right? So I am going back to my machine, going back to updates thing. Now this is done. Close this, go back here and paste the KB number. Search. Now you can see over here it has given us only one result. So let's click on download. Now there are 2 MSUs it is showing. Okay, so no problem, we will copy both the ones. I will say right click, copy link address, minimize this, go back here and paste this link in update to link, right? And one more link it is showing, so let's paste that also. Now I remembered why I have kept 4 criterias or 4 KBs, right? It was showing 3 files missing, but it was showing 2 download links, so no problem, we will add it, no problem. I will say close and I will paste it over here. Okay, so those are 2 different download links. And now since our one more KB is still remaining for download, the last one, and which is the most critical one also, so I'm adding one more criteria over here. So this will be our 4th and the last update which was missing. So let me go back to my CSV, let me copy this. It will not take the full one, so let me copy this only. Let's go back here and let's paste it. So now you can see our operating system version is 21H2. If you remember, we have verified it through winver command. So it is 21H2. So I am just opening this download link and copying this. Okay. So copy link address. Let me close this and paste the link address over here. So this is the only manual part in this particular PowerShell script. Okay, we need to get the download links from Microsoft Update website. Okay, now this is done. I will save this. Now before executing this script, let's see what are the other parameters and what it will do. So it will download all those four ones using the start bit transfer command, and I have given this criteria, and destination will be our updates Win 2022 DC folder. Okay, all four ones. After that, then it will get all those updates by their own extensions. The updates can be .msu, .exe or .cab. So anything with these extensions, it will collect it in the next part, and then it will install all those updates one by one. Okay, for each update I've given this particular conditions over there. Okay, so it will try to install those updates one by one. Unless the first update it's getting installed, it will not go for the next update. Okay, I will show you the criteria where I have given this particular condition over here. So see over here, install update, then the start process will start the installation, and this particular wait, this is important. Wait means it will not go for the next update unless the first update is installed. Otherwise, if you are not giving this wait condition over here, it will try to install all the updates at the same time, and there may be a conflict. So this particular command is starting the process, then it is waiting, and then it is installing our first update with these criterias. It will install it silently and it will not restart our machine even if it is required. So we will manually restart, no problem. Okay, so this way the first update will get installed. Whichever updates are with MSU conditions, the first criteria will install the MSU, and then second criteria will install any EXEs, and third criteria will install any cabs. As of now, if I am going to my updates folder over there, let's see. As of now, nothing has been downloaded. So okay, let this particular folder be open. Let's execute this particular script now, and let's see what exactly it is doing. So now you can see it is downloading our updates one by one. All four updates will get download. Okay, so if I'm going back to my machine, so you can see over here the first update is already downloaded. Now it is going for the second update, third update and all. So you can see over here 1 2 3. The last one will take 1 or 2 minutes more because it is around about 700 MB or so, but that is also not that much big considering today's 4G and 5G connectivity, broadband connectivity. So now you can see all the updates have been downloaded, and if I'm going back here, all the updates have been downloaded, and the main update is around about 400 MB, right? This one. Now it is installing these updates one by one. You can see over here it is showing us which update it is currently installing. Okay, so there are 1 2 3, and the fourth one it is currently, it will install after the third update gets installed. That's why this particular wait condition, unless the previous updates gets installed, it will not go for the next update. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, all the 4 updates got installed now, and it is asking us for the restart. This condition I have specified in the bottom of this particular script. So I'm just clicking yes to all so that the machine will restart after the updates installation. So I will say yes to all, and now it should restart. Let me go back to my Hyper-V console, and it will take some time because the console got disconnected after the updates installation. So let's wait for 2 minutes. Let's go back to our PPT for the next step. Now before going for the next step, I want to give some hindsight for the second script one more time. So in the second script, what we have done is we have downloaded the updates by manually entering the download links through Microsoft Update Catalog, and then we have installed our updates one by one, right? Now we need to repeat those steps for other 2 machines also. Okay, so we have already done this particular step number 23. We have given the updates manually, update links, download links manually in this script. Okay, so our second script also we have executed. I have explained you that particular script. So we have downloaded those 4 updates through our PowerShell script, and the script output will be script will download all the required updates from update catalog, that is first, and second, script will install all the downloaded updates silently on local, means on our Windows 2022 data center OS machine. Okay, so this, up to this part we have completed our practicals. Okay, so we have already monitored our installation also of our updates. We have restarted our machine also, right? All those steps we have done practically. Okay, now next step we need to verify those updates whether they got installed or not. So after the system's reboot, check updates installation status through control panel, program and features, and view installed updates. So let's see whether those updates have really been installed or not. So programs and features, view install updates, and you can see over here the updates have been installed 1 2 3. All those updates have been installed with our PowerShell script. Okay, so this is the first confirmation. Second confirmation we will see now. through Win 2022 DC system, run winver command and note down the current OS version and build number. So if you remember, we have taken the screenshot of the previous winver also, right? So let's see what it is actually giving us now. You can see over here 3091. Okay, so these 4 digits got updated, last 4 digits, right? See winver command and our build number, right? 21H2. Okay, let's move on to the next step. So we need to repeat those steps on our Windows 10 machine also and Windows 11 machine also, right? So repeat step 14 and 16 to 27 on Win 10 CL system as well as Win 11 CL system also, right? So first we will do it quickly on Windows 10 machine. So I am closing this. I am going back to my Windows 10 machine, and first step is to give the internet access. I'm not showing you the PPT because we have already seen all those steps through PPT, so I'm just quickly running through those ones. So first of all, network adapter and then external. So this will give us a internet access. Okay. Okay, now you can see it is having internet access. Next is we need to open the PowerShell. ISC, pin to taskbar and run as other administrator. Next is quickly we will set the execution policy to unrestricted. And now we will run our scripts from our network drive. Okay, because previously we were running through our network share only, but that was a local path also for Windows 2022 DC. But now we will run through network. So just opening DC, updates, PowerShell scripts, and copying this path, opening this, and now since this is a Windows 10 CL system, so we need to run first two only for Windows 10 CL updates. So since we have already downloaded the WSU scan file, so no need to re-download it. So I have cut down that particular portion, and then it will directly start to scan the machine using our network WSU scan.cap file, which we have downloaded for DC, if you remember, right? So, and the second part is it will give us a CSV output on our path. Which path? Again network path and Win10 CL updates. Under updates we have created this Win10 CL also, right? So I'm just executing this and it is loading the WSU scan.cap file. Let it run it, and in the background we will go to our Windows 11 also. It will scan. We will go to Windows 11 also quickly, and let me open the PowerShell. Pin to taskbar, run as an administrator, set the execution policy, why we are doing all those steps? Because these are the fresh machines. Once you set this execution policy, this is a one-time practice. Unless you are formatting this machine, it will not require again. Then I'm going to my network path, updates, PowerShell scripts, and now Windows 11 updates, right? So just executing this script again it will load. This is for Windows 11, and at the same time it is running for Windows 10 CL system also, right? So let it complete. I'm just pausing this video for 2 minutes. Let both the machines complete. We will verify the CSV files, and we will run the second scripts also on the both the machines. Okay, so both the scripts have been completed on Windows 10 and Windows 11. It has scanned this local machine for missing updates, and it has cleaned up our WSUS content also. Okay, so let's go back to our network path, Win 2022 DC path, and you can see over here inside each folder it has created this CSV file, this one, right? So I'm just copying both the CSVs, paste, and Win10CL also, and Win11CL also, right? So this is done. Okay, now if I'm opening those CSVs, you can see this is Win10CL. It is showing 4 updates missing, right? So we need to copy and paste all the links. Okay, so I'm not going to again repeat all those steps because it will lengthen unnecessarily our video. So I'm just pasting all those links on my script, and I will come back to you with that point. Alright, so I have pasted all the links for Windows 11 updates over here. This is Windows 11 machine. The 3 updates obtained from the CSV file, and once I will click execute, it will try to download, then it will try to install. So let's execute this script. You can see it has started downloading those updates now, and the same thing I have done for Win10CL machine also. I have not loaded the Win10CL updates. Just let me load it. So this is the second script. I have downloaded I have copied the download links for all the updates which were showing missing in the CSV file, and now I will execute this. So now it will start downloading those updates from net. Okay, and it will install those updates also in the second part, right? So update path, and then it will try to install all those updates one by one. First it will download, second it will install. So let it install all the updates, and once it is asking for the restart, I will come back to you. Now you can see on Win10CL system it has finished downloading the updates, and it is installing those updates now one by one over here. Okay, so all the 5 updates will get installed after each other's completion. And let's go back to our Windows 11 machine also. So Windows 11 machine also started to install the updates one by one. So okay, so as you can see on the screen, it has finished successfully installed all required updates, and it is asking for the reboot, and it should be same thing for Windows 11 also. No, it's still installing, no problem. So let me restart Windows 10 at least. And you can see over here it is updating our machine. It is installing those updates. Remember, we have not updated through Windows Update but through our PowerShell. You can see it is installing our updates. So let me log in with our SSM admin account. Okay, on Windows 11 it is still installing those updates. No problem, let it take its time. And now Windows 11 machine, sorry, Windows 10 machine is ready. So let's verify our version. So previously it was 5247. Now it should be 5371, but let's verify it practically. Yes, it is 5371. So this is one confirmation you can get after your system gets updated with the latest updates. Okay, so we have completed the Windows 10 phase. Now let's go back to our Windows 11, and I will come back to you once this is also completed. Alright, so we have completed our updates installation on Windows 11 machine also. So you can see now the updates are uh, getting installed. We have just rebooted the machine also. So let me log in with our SSM admin account. So let's verify our Windows version now after the updates installation. You can see over here. Let's go back to our PPT. Previous, sorry, not this Windows 10. Now Windows 11 also we will verify. Okay. Previously it was 4602. Now it is 4751. So you can see over here 4751. That means our machine is updated with the latest updates. Okay. So this completes our Windows updates installation offline using PowerShell script on all three machines: Windows 2022 Server, Windows 10 and Windows 11. Okay. So in the next part of this particular video series, part 2 video, we will learn upcoming topics uh, like we will be having an introduction to Vim, what is Windows image and EST file structure. Then latest Windows patches and packages integration in Vim file. We will see through PowerShell how we can integrate the latest patches to Vim file, and then we will see Vim to ESD or vice versa conversion through PowerShell. Okay, so these topics we will learn in the part 2 video, and the last topic we will be learning is how to create an OS ISO slipstream with the latest updates. Once we got the Vim which is updated with the latest updates, we will integrate it in an ISO structure. So you can boot from that ISO and install the OS. By the time of installation only, it will install your latest integrated updates. Okay. So thank you very much for your time for watching this particular video. This is your host from Sarup IT Solutions. If you like this particular video, do share it and subscribe to this particular channel. Thank you once again. Have a good day.